Today I'm riding the 2023 Yamaha FJR1300. Now guys, I've never ridden this bike before, but hopefully after today's video, I'll have a much better idea of what this thing's all about. Stick around, and at the end of the video, I'll let you know if it's a purchase or a pass. I'm Chaseontwowheels. Welcome to First Rides. That thing sounds like a monster. I love it. Also, if you want something else that sounds good, discount link in the Cardo's description down below. Listen to cool music on cool sounding motorcycles. Goodbye. Whew. Now guys, that's what it looks like and that's what it sounds like. Now before we get on this thing, we get to thank our sponsor for this video, Quad Lock, the best motorcycle phone mount. The FJR is actually a really interesting motorcycle. The only real good spot for my Quad Lock today was the brake reservoir mount, and as you guys can see, it just taps into the top of the brake reservoir. That goes into a vibration isolator that's going to make sure my phone cameras don't get messed up. And then we have the Quad Lock that matches with my phone case. Boom, we have the best motorcycle phone mount on the planet. If you guys wanted to get a discount, we got a link for you in the description down below. Quad Lock, thank you for sponsoring the show. Alrighty guys, Quad Lock sponsorship done. Time to ride a motorcycle, which is what we're all here for, am I right? I'm not here to talk, well I guess I am. Alright guys, I'm 5'10", got a 32-inch inseam, and as you guys can see, I've got slightly bent legs, but the seat is so wide, it's kind of hard. I have to stretch my little legs to get flat-footed, but the important thing is I can flat-foot the bike. So, if we get the bike turned on here, we get a cool little turn-on sequence. And we've got this kind of area over here, and if we click this menu button, that's going to take us through a lot of stuff. We've got a, check this out, a electronic windscreen. God, I love that so much. If we go again, we can change our suspension. Now, this is going to be the front suspension. We have options of hard, we have standard, and we have soft, maybe? And then we can dial in those with this indicator down below. If we do that one more time, if we get out of that menu, we have heated grips on this motorcycle. All I'm doing is hitting that mode button and then the arrow button to change it. And then we can go into the menu and change which things we have here. That's all the stuff, guys. I'm going to get the mode button pressed. I'm going to go into touring mode. We're going to get the bike cranked up. That is a hefty sound. All right, guys, you're here to watch me ride this thing, so let's get going. Also, guys, while I would love you to subscribe to the channel, we don't trust YouTube to let you guys know when we go live with our videos. So if you guys want to know every time we go live on a video, we have an email list that we send out once a week. I'd love for you to join it over there. We only email you once a week, and that way we can let you guys know about all the secrets we got going on. All right, guys, let's go play in some traffic. After the traffic, ironically. All right, let's go. Shortcut. Oh, I am not in the right mode. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Why do you guys let me start these videos in not the right mode? I gotta be in touring mode. What are you guys thinking? Sorry, it's not y'all's fault. I got excited. My apologies. Guys, we are in comfort mode today. I am stoked. Good God, it is windy. If the audio's bad, it's not my fault. Alrighty guys, let's talk about body position on the FJR1300. First off, this seat is dang near perfect. I don't know if seats get more comfortable than this. It's the perfect level of soft versus hard. It's super wide. and it kind of leans me forward, which I absolutely love. Next up, my lower half is slightly tucked in and almost like slight sporty, and then on my upper half slightly lean forward, and my arms are kind of draped down pretty far. It's kind of an interesting body position, but I do really like this position. What I don't really love is being behind this absolutely pathetic example of a truck. But anyways, guys, yeah, this body, God, oh boy. All right, sorry, focused, staying focused, staying focused. Body position, super comfortable. You can totally tell that this thing was built to ride all day, every day for multiple days in a row. Absolutely solid. And guys, this thing has so many electronics, it's hard to go through. So we'll play around with the screen here in a minute, but currently I have the suspension set into the hard mode, and we'll talk about that later in the video. Oh my God, I can't be behind this truck, dude. I'm not gonna sit here and breathe fumes. All right, we're getting over here. I'm over it. Truly, look how pathetic that is. God, I hate some people. So guys, the engine powering the FJR is a 1298cc inline 4 engine, and that is going to be good for about 140 something horsepower and then 103 foot-pounds of torque. This thing has crazy numbers, but what it also has is a crazy amount of weight. The weight for the FJR coming in at around 634 pounds. So it is a hefty beast. So guys, as you would expect, riding this thing around the city, you can definitely feel the weight of it, but I'm surprised at how maneuverable it is. As you guys can see, I can whip it around back and forth. It will change direction quickly, but it takes a second to get going in that direction, if that makes sense. I'll show you guys once we get going again. Also, this bike has a shocking 2,400 miles on it. Bro, you could do that in 2 days on this bike. I'm shocked it has that few miles. So yeah, guys, when you're around town, you're gonna notice the handlebars give you tons of leverage to move the bike around, but it seems like the suspension is so soft, it takes the bike a second to settle and go in that direction. So like if I wanted to change lanes quickly, do you guys see what I mean? The bike will move into the position, but then actually getting the lane change is what actually takes the time. So I feel like Yamaha's done a good job of getting the suspension low in the bike, and I love the leverage I have, but that weight, it still has a lot of mass, and it just takes a second to get the bike into the direction. It is impressive for the weight at how agile it is, but it's not going to be something you're going to, want to easily throw around in traffic. Are you going to go? Please don't go, white car. Thank you so much. I will say in touring mode, the power delivery, you can tell it's tamed down a bit, but I'm totally here for that. Also, I've got this thing in the suspension mode set to hard, and I did that so I could avoid the brakes wanting to dive, and as you can tell, that did not do a good job. So let's put the suspension in soft mode and just see what's up. We're gonna go soft. There's standard as well, but I'm gonna try soft and see what that gives me. Does it make it for an even more comfy ride? Probably shouldn't have done this as I'm about to turn, do a hard turn, but it'll be all right. It'll be all right. Lean her over and give her some. Oh, she's got way more than that. Touring mode, you're doing me wrong. Oh, you're doing me so wrong, touring mode. How dare you? Guys, I had such higher expectations out of touring mode, so it's interesting because they only give you the 2 modes. I feel like touring mode might be a little more skewed towards rain mode. Oh wait, it's a mode button. I keep getting confused. Do you guys mind if I go ahead and put it into sport mode? Is that okay? Is everybody cool with that? Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're okay with it. I just want to get a feel for what 140 horsepower has out of this thing. And touring mode's not it. I'll have to get the suspension changed. I love having the electronic suspension, by the way. Just being able to adjust that kind of stuff on the fly, like with easy buttons, that's sick. All right, FJR, let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. That's okay. That's more like what I wanted. All right. Jesus Christ. This thing will boogie. That's hilarious. Why does a 630-pound bike able to boogie like that? Oh, and throwing it over is kind of fun too. Oh no. Oh no, this is no good. I like this. Why is it so much fun to ride the big bikes that go quick, that you don't expect? That's what it is. It's the unexpected quickness that gets you excited. And by you, I mean me, of course. Dude, I'm gunning it. We gotta watch for cop, literally, as I say it. We gotta watch for cops on this, because I'm gunning it on the screen. Checking, checking, checking. It's nothing like crazy, but it is so much more than you expect. Okay, I need to get this thing in suspension mode hard before I get on the highway. I want to go hard. Okay, yeah, there you go. All right, suspension mode hard. I'm in it. We're good. What else do we need to change? We need to change the windscreen. Guys, check this out. Watch this, watch this. Electronic windscreen, dude. Oh my god. All right, we are ready for the highway, baby. Let's go. So summing up the city performance, guys, unless it's raining or something, I would probably stick in sport mode. It's so much more fun. The bike just feels so much better like that. In the city, yeah, I would stick in sport mode unless you just really wanted it toned down and touring. And I love the stance the bike has. I love the maneuverability of these weird handlebars, but I just wish it would like get going in the direction I'm turning it a little faster. But I understand there's a lot of physics at play that's making that a little hard. Also, another thing for city stuff, these mirrors are huge and they do such a good job. They're like car mirrors. I guess this is the size of a small car, so that's not true. Let me be clear, it's not true, I'm playing. Are we gonna get the green? Oh, oh, sad. Thought we were getting the green, fam. Sorry to get you guys excited. But you know what we're gonna do after we get the green? We're gonna see how fast the 2023 FJR1300 goes from 40 miles an hour to 80 miles an hour. Thanks to our buddies at Law Tigers, the motorcycle lawyer, who you should call if anything happens to you on the road. I have used them. I very much appreciate them, and I also appreciate them for sponsoring the show. Do you guys think this is going to be a first gear 40 to 80 pull? It very well could be. I am kind of excited for the highway, guys. Look how much protection I have. I even have a cubby. Look at that. I don't got anything in it, but I have a cubby. All right, fam. It's almost that time for science. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, okay. Looks like I'm sticking with the Kia. All right, here we go. It sucks that I'm gonna have to slow everybody down, but I gotta do what I gotta do. You guys ever wondered how fast it'll go from 40 to 80? Good, because we're gonna find out now. Oh shit! The front wheel came up, hell yes! That is what should happen every 40 to 80 pull. What is the time on that? Whoa, I did not expect to get a front wheel raise on a 40 to 80 pull on this thing. Good job. Alrighty guys, we're on the proving ground for the FJR. This bike is a sport tourer. It is made for you to get on the highway and just eat the miles up. So right now, super freaking comfortable, and I've got the suspension in the hard mode. I've got no vibration in my handlebars. I got no vibration in my feet. I am very comfortable. The only thing I will note is I'm surprised that I have the amount of wind on my arm here and on the very tip of my helmet. If I duck down a little bit, this giant wall of a screen does a great job, but without ducking down, I'm still getting a little bit of wind. That's honestly surprising. I know it's a little bit windier of a day today, so I'm not gonna give it too many negative marks, but I do want to get it around this truck. Dang, the power is pretty high up. Even in fifth gear going 80, you still got to rev it up quite a bit. We do have cruise control, as you guys would probably expect on this bike. It's actually the same mechanism that my 2019 MT10 uses, so one button press and then engage it works totally well. This bike would have to have cruise control, so let me see if I can disengage by going forward. I sure can. Good job, Yamaha. I expected nothing less of you. Fantastic, guys. As you guys can see here, the little menu screen, I've got the heated grips on. The bike does have heated grip. I've got it on one today. And also shout out to Kimimoto for sending out this heated jacket, this heated riding jacket. It literally came in yesterday, and today is our first like chilly first ride day, so absolutely perfect timing. Overall, guys, this thing is everything you would expect on the highway. It feels super stable. It feels great. There's no vibration. It's extraordinarily comfortable. I just wish the windscreen was a tad bit taller to get that wind off the very tip top of my head, but overall, exactly what I wanted out of this thing. I think I'm going to keep the suspension in the hard mode, guys. We got this big turn coming up, and obviously I want the suspension in the hard setting for something like that. But once we get off the highway, I'll put it in soft mode and I'll see how it feels then. We'll back off a little bit. Look at Yamaha over here meeting every one of the expectations that this bike should have. All right, FJR, let's get you leaned over and see what your big butt wants to do. Yeah, settling, and now we're good. Yeah, a little bit of wobbling getting the bike leaned over, and that's even with the hard suspension setting. So even the hardest suspension setting, you're still not going to get it locked over. It's going to take some time. It kind of wiggles itself around. Overall, not bad. I'd still be down for taking a little detour and going through the mountains with this thing. But you're probably going to find yourself needing to pace down a little bit. So overall, guys, power-wise, super happy with this bike. I was really surprised how much power is held up in the... What the hell? Is that car on fire? Bro, that car might be on fire. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's insane. Okay, sorry. Yeah, with an inline 4, the 1200... Is that wiggling? Bro, hell no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So guys, this 1298cc inline 4, this thing actually revs out. I find myself shifting around the 4,000 to 5,000 RPM mark, but as you guys can see, this thing redlines at 9, and that's where the wheel came up when we got up to 7,000 to 8,000. So the gears are a little long, and you don't naturally want to ride it that long. But bro, there's some fun stuff up there if you guys can get up to it. All right, we're changing the suspension back to soft now. So guys, with the suspension, I'm kind of at a crossroads here. So I love the suspension in the hard mode if hard felt like it is in a soft mode. Like, I wish the suspension was a little bit harder. Even in the hardest setting, I just wish it was a little softer. And with an electronic suspension, there's other electronic suspensions that do a really good job of front dive when on the brakes. And if you guys notice, if I hit the brakes, you guys notice that? The bike tips forward. So because this bike has electronic suspension, I wish it handled that a little better. And I think if the overall suspension setup was a bit harder, you wouldn't have as much like wiggling and settling when you throw it into a turn. I am trying to balance that with realizing that, I mean, it is a bigger bike at 630 pounds. It's a bit bigger of a motorcycle. So I realize the suspension has got a lot of work to do, but I'm just not loving that dive. That's the main problem, because it seems to upset the bike so much. And that dive even happens with the shaft drive, if I haven't mentioned so far in the video. It is a shaft driven motorcycle, so there's no chain, anything like that, which is gonna be great for maintenance wise. But on engine braking, the bike still does a little bit of front wheel dive. I don't know, the bike just gets upset really easily in situations like that. And I'm calling that on the fault of the suspension. Now with the brake, with a big bike, a real heavy bike like this, you gotta have some serious brakes. And I can say that the brakes do a very good job of getting you stopped and slowed down. My only issue with them is that they have so much initial bite that it's hard to very softly get on the brakes. You have to be very cautious with them. And I wish there was a little bit of progression into the brakes. I wish they weren't so bitey. So like the brakes are, you guys notice that? Not only is the suspension so soft that it wants to just dive down, but the brakes they just grab quickly. So it's hard to get those little fine-tuned braking adjustments on this bike. So that kind of, it exacerbates the suspension issue. I do wish this bike had hill hold. Like, you know, where you pull the front brake in and it just like locks the bike where it is. This bike would be very helpful to have that. I'm actually surprised Yamaha doesn't have that on this bike, honestly. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna see if I can put it in suspension mode hard, and then all the pluses. How many pluses can I do? I can do 3. Okay. So basically, while we have the red light, I can show you guys. So there's 3 suspension modes: hard, standard, and soft. And then inside of each of those modes, you can do small tweaks. So you can go +3, which I'm assuming makes it harder, +3, and then -3, which makes it, you know, softer from that mode. So right now I'm putting it in hard mode at +3, and I'm gonna see if that gives me the level that I'm looking for. Still diving a little more than I want. All right, so guys, let's talk about the controls in the front dash here. It looks like there's a lot going on, but I think Yamaha did a really good job of it. Starting off on the right side, we have the kill switch, obviously, and the starter. We also have the brake, which helps Chase not run into the Honda in front of him. We also, as you can see, have the mode button and the hazard lights, and that's everything on the right side. Then on the left side, we've got what seems like a lot of controls, but it's the menu button that helps you cycle through the menu on the right screen. We've got arrows up and down, which you use to navigate the menu, bright controls, cruise control, we have turn signals, and a horn. So everything kind of makes sense over here. And this is laid out very close to my MT10, so I'm personally very used to this, which is probably why I am able to easily figure everything out, because, you know, it's the same stuff as my MT10. Then we have the centralized triple dash. I think this is pretty cool setup. I'm really getting nostalgic with the needle tack. I do appreciate that. I love that. Then we've got our menu, gear indicator, and kind of info panel on the right side. And then right in the middle, the most important stuff, you've got your gas gauge, you've got your speed, the mode you're in, and the time. I think they've laid it out pretty well. The screens on the middle and the right are that regular, like, you know, whatever, the LCD screen. Nothing really crazy there. Nothing more than I would expect from a Yamaha. Like, that's the same style screen that my MT10 has. Guys, what are we doing here? Like, what is going on with the cars today? It's a little terrifying. You guys know Yamaha has never been known for making the best screens ever, even though 2024 has been Yamaha's screen era. But regardless, this is kind of expected. It's meh. It's nothing great, nothing crazy. It's fine is my answer. It's fine. Levers wise, we do have adjustable levers, as you guys can see. They feel good. They're in a good spot for me right now. The brakes, like I told you guys, they're very grabby up front, and the clutch has I would say like a medium to hard pull, like a heavy pull. And I didn't mention it earlier, but shifting into gears is a little soft for me. It's a little like when you're not going the right speed, or if you're stopped. Like earlier, I had to come to an emergency stop. And when I did that, I was in like 4th gear. And when I did that, like trying to get it into 1st from 4th without going was a little clunky. It did not want to do it. I was like wiggling the bike around. So I think there's a little refinement that we could get with the transmission as far as like clicking into gears. And overall, it feels like, I don't know, middle of the road. You know, nothing crazy about the transmission, nothing I would really majorly complain about, and nothing I would, you know, write home about. Like, it's so great. I also love the fact that I can have an electronic windscreen on this bike. It is some fancy stuff, and I do appreciate it. Is that everything? I think that's everything. I didn't really hit on the buttons, but they're like very classic Yamaha buttons. They feel great. They last forever. They literally look just like my 2019 Yamaha MT10. And bro, those buttons, they stick around. They actually hold up really well over time. I think that's everything. My God, so much. Oh, Cubby. Let's go, my goodness. All right, no tickets. Team, no tickets. All right, so I know you guys have been looking at all that really cool camera car footage that we get to bring you guys. Thanks to all the sponsors of the show. Anytime you guys can support the sponsors, that is directly supporting us, and we do appreciate it. But since you guys have been looking at the bike, don't worry. I'm gonna make you look at it even longer, because I'm gonna pull off up here and do a little walk around of this behemoth of a motorcycle. You know, guys, another time where the suspension doesn't feel great is slow speed maneuvers. Oh, I'm in neutral. I'm an idiot. I'm over here telling you guys the suspension blah blah blah, and I can't even go because I'm in neutral. I don't love the maneuvering at low speed on this bike. I don't know if it's my body position, the handlebars, or what. Are you in my spot? Almost. But yeah, I don't know what it is. It just feels weird, and I don't know. I can't really get my finger on it. But I'm not a huge fan of the slow speed maneuvering on this thing. And this week we have a Ford in lot 147, so, or next to lot 147, so we love it. All right, guys. I told you guys we're having to change places. Last time we had a Jeep here. We've given up on having consistency, I guess. So let's get it turned off. Let's do a little walk around with this thing. There we are, guys. The 2023 Yamaha FJR1300, a beast of a motorcycle. But for as big as it is, it does have like a kind of a low profile. So you don't even need to really be a taller rider to be on this thing. Bags are come on it by default. Look at the giant tail and the exhaust, dude. I actually appreciate it, and I think the tail looks pretty cool. I love that we have grab rails for a passenger, and dude, look, it's more than two hands how much the rear seat, rear passenger has. So for two up riding, this bike is going to be fantastic. That engine's not even going to know you got two people on it, but you can change the rear preload and the rear settings if you have two passengers, so you can automatically get that changed. Obviously, those are those massive brakes. We got Nissan brakes, so solid brakes there. Just too grabby though for me. I love this seat. This seat is probably in the top 5 seats for motorcycles. It seems a little hard as I'm sitting here pressing on it, but man, it feels great while on it. Overall, really love the blue. Love the integrated turn signal. Look at that. Fancy, fancy. Honestly, for a big bike like this, dude, I think this thing's a vibe. I think it's pretty slick. So, guys, I'm going to grab my phone off the quad lock, and I'm going to do some video for our vertical fins over on Instagram and TikTok. If you're not following us there, we are at C2WPics on Instagram, and we are at Chaseontwowheels on TikTok. I'm going to make some videos. I'll be right back. All right, my friends, that's it for the peeps over on Instagram and TikTok. Look at that rear handle, dude. This thing is solid. All righty. All right, steering stem lock test and purchaser pass. I think that's all we got left to do, fam. I can't get over how low this bike is, man. I'm still trying to get used to it. Just a slick turn-on sequence, too. That's way more steering stem lock than I expected. We got a lot of weight to be dealing with here. You know what? I'm going to give it a bottom 40%. There's definitely been worse bikes. 100%. This is a big old bike to be doing a U-turn like that on. One last time sending it a red line. I was obligated, I had to. Do we get the green? Do we get the green? We do! Alrighty, guys, the question is the 2023 Yamaha FJR1300 a purchase or a pass? You know what, dude? I have massively enjoyed this first ride today. The suspension's a little too soft. There's a couple nitpicks here and there. And to be clear, I have no need for a motorcycle like this. But if you like touring, this needs to be something that you check out. Obviously, you're stuck to the road, but there are so many little creature comforts that this bike has on it that just makes it a pleasure to ride. I don't think this is a bike you're gonna get to really just like haul butt on, but as far as comfort and just enjoyment, I have loved this video today. I've had such a good time. I've been riding all day today on this thing, and at no time have I gotten tired at all. I could totally see getting on this thing, loading it down with some luggage, and just going on a multi-day road trip here in America. Like, that would be such a good time. The bike seems to do a very good job of, you know, getting out of your way and just letting you ride and doing it in utter comfort. So I can really appreciate that, and for the right person that's looking for that in a motorcycle, this thing's fantastic. I also love the blue. Look at the pearl. Whoa. What was that? Somebody just hit somebody. Oh shit. Oh dude, that truck is crunched up. Who hit him? That dude all right? Oh shit. Damn, I hope that guy's all right. Dude, what happened? Hopefully we can find out something up here. I'm gonna be going cautious though. Holy crap. Oh, he definitely got hit right here, dude. Holy crap. I don't see who hit him though. That person might have drove off. Damn, dude. All right, guys, holy crap. We are seeing all types of stuff today, so let's be extra cautious. Overall, guys, if you want to do long distance and be really comfortable, This is just a touring behemoth, and really like it a lot. If I was going to get something for touring, I think I would skew a little more sporty, but you know, something like a Tracer 9 GT Plus, because I don't need this much power. But damn, dude, I have really enjoyed this bike. I would love to put like thousands more miles on it. Anyway, as we wrap up here, big shout out to Wow Motorcycles for loaning us the bike for this first ride, guys. We'll have a link for them in the description down below. You'll just see bike provided by Wow's fantastic used dealership up here in North Georgia. Actually, where I got my first motorcycle. So they've always got a special place in my heart. But guys, let me know in the comments down below, how many of you guys are looking for an ultimate touring machine like the FJR1300? OC, thank you for getting to the end of the video. Put OC in your comment as always. Guys, I'm Chaseontwowheels. Share this video out with somebody you think you would want to do a 1,000-mile road trip with. And if you guys want to watch more first rides, we got a playlist link for you in the description down below. Guys, I'm Chaseontwowheels. You guys ride safe out there. I'll see you on the next one. Good luck to that Ford Raptor guy who got toasted.